Welcome back to Second Sidequest Podcast. Today we're going to talk about Stranger Things Season 3.
Four.
Today we're going to talk about Stranger Things Season 4.
5. Sorry.
4.
I woke up this morning and chose violence.
She's gonna kill you.
Okay.
Christy, wake up!
I don't like this.
It's just Chrissy.
Not Christy.
Yeah.
I gotta give you a hard time, Tyler.
So anyways, this season was pretty hard to follow for me when I was trying to write down what was going on because there's so many side plots. Because the Byers are living in California, then you have the group of kids at home, and then you have Joyce and Murray's whole adventure, and then as well as Russia and Hopper. So it just goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So if this is not a great explanation, you just need to go watch it. So the Byers, they're in California this season, and I know that the fashion is a little bit different in the California scenes than it is in the Indiana scenes because California was ahead. They knew what was cool. The Indiana kids did not.
Yeah, they're also full of jackasses that pick on the kids and everything else.
Pass the dodgy to the left-hand side. Sorry.
That's just all Tyler's going to do
Music.
for this episode.
I think that just happens to any kid that moves, though, right?
Yeah, there's a lot more D&D.
Well, I mean, I know
season.
Vecna.
Yeah, that's about it.
No,
That's it.
the scene
That's
where
about
they're
it.
battling Vecna in the first episode with Eddie DMing. That's a pretty badass scene.
Yeah.
It is. It makes you really want to play D&D
Oh, yeah.
after you watch it.
Oh yeah.
This is when we get introduced to the Hellfire Club.
They
Yeah.
must be an endgame then if they're battling Vecna.
Well, that's what's important because there's a basketball going on, and it's the last game. And then it's also the last game of D&D as well. So Lucas
And they all...
has got to be a baller this season.
Yeah.
And he's like, I ain't going to play with y'all. I've got to play my basketball game.
Yeah, he
And-
misses the boss fight
Yeah.
for basketball.
Well, and it all happens at the same time. Like, Lucas goes up for the game-winning shot.
After
and
he's
then-
been benched all season.
Yeah. And then who's rolling? Is it...
Erica.
Erica's
Erica,
rolling, so the roll and the ball are going in at the same time.
And they both shit, don't they?
No, they both.
No, they both make it.
Oh, okay. They both-
It's a cool scene.
They both made it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been better if they didn't.
Yeah.
I was
Just-
expecting them not to.
Yeah, that's what I was
I was
expecting.
expecting Lucas
Well-
not to make it, honestly.
After seeing the season, like Lucas had to make it because that was the whole thing. He became like that guy on the basketball team.
He was
Yeah.
not that guy.
Is it
He was
clutch?
just trying to fit in.
Well, that's
You're not
he-
that guy.
He only fit in because he made the game-winning shot. Like all the
Yeah.
douchebags on the team were like, "Oh yeah, Lucas is so cool now," and then it was like,
The pep rally at the beginning with what's the popular dude's name? Chrissy's boyfriend.
I don't even know because I
don't-
hate him so much.
Yeah,
that
We're just
that
gonna call him
whole speech at the pep rally
Right.
about how they have to win this basketball game for the city because of all the people that have died there. Nobody cares about that damn basketball game.
Yeah, it's a high school basketball game.
That sounded like some Mary Person speeches going on in there. Everything,
Hey, yeah,
the whole
high
town
school,
depends
high-
on
Whoa, whoa,
football.
It's a high, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's a high school.
Next, they're gonna have the band
pep rally.
opening their Walmart.
It's a
Whenever
pep
it
rally.
comes to Hawkins.
their Home Depot.
Huh? Jason Carver. Fuck Jason Carver.
Yeah, we'll just stick with Dick.
Yeah.
They did, Christy. Sorry.
Wow.
Spoiler.
I've seen that part.
That's pretty sick.
That's probably not the correct rendition of what happens.
No, it's more like a snap, snip, and then
Snap, crackle,
slam.
pop.
Yeah. It's a
Like
fucked
a
up version.
ball of Rice Krispies on that roof.
They should right. She could have her own cereal.
Yeah, she snapped, crackled, and popped.
No, but yeah, we end up meeting one of the coolest characters in all of Stranger Things.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He has the
Oh, you
biggest
better
following,
hear about him.
even though he's not necessarily as cute as Billy was.
No, he's not as cute as Billy.
But he is like the most likable character.
Yes, because he's like that punk rock kid that's in high school for way too long. And
In the 80s, when you could be in high school till you're 30.
Hey,
Talking
It was
about
the
number-
so
80s.
we're gonna go for one more senior year. I've got it this year. I'm
It
gonna
was
That
his
man,
year.
that
graduate.
man is 10th prestiged super senior. D&D, play D&D.
It's the 80s.
Whoa!
yeah, it's the 80s.
So, anyways, yes, we meet Eddie, and he's a nerd, but he's cool. He's a cool nerd because he is. I don't know.
Because he's cool.
Because of
Is he a
metal.
nerd?
Because
Yeah,
metal.
Yeah, because he likes metal things.
He's also like a dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he deals the hard stuff, which we find out
Yeah.
with Chrissy later because she wants the hard stuff. So they go back to the trailer, and that's when
She gets
She-
the hard stuff, all right.
Dong.
Not that. She doesn't get dong.
No.
I mean,
you
mean
hear
the
dong,
The bell.
But it
The
ain't
clock.
that type of dong.
She didn't get
Should
any
have started
dong.
with ding or something.
Yeah.
She got dong.
And he came out, yeah, Dong Christie.
This is mouth and everything. And then
Dong.
well, Chrissy does see a clock, but it's when she's first talking to Eddie, and she sees it in a tree, and we're all like, why is there a clock? Like what?
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Look at that tree. Grew around that clock. Nature's crazy.
Eddie, you seeing this shit? Or is
No.
it just me?
But anyways, the boys get Erica to play D&D with them, which I thought was really cool because they didn't want to at first. She's a little middle schooler, but she plays very well,
Yeah.
and it's all because she got that little kit from them in the beginning.
Yeah.
What's her character's name?
Lady Applejack.
Yeah. You just approve?
She plays D&D better than any of them, which
Applejack's is a horrible
Erica's
cereal.
one of my favorite characters. She's so badass to be like 12.
Yeah. Yes, to be a little kid.
She's sassy.
So that's going on. And then back in California, Eleven's trying to be normal, but she has daddy issues this season because Hopper's gone.
Daddy wasn't there to change her underwear.
It's a little old to be changing her underwear.
Daddy wasn't there.
With the Austin Powers quotes tonight.
He's on
Rolling
some
it out.
power kick.
And so she's making a diorama of her hero, which is Hopper.
One of the more cryable moments in that,
Her hero.
when she sits there and gets up in front of the class and they all just make fun of her, and it's like, same.
Yeah, because she's fighting for it.
Yeah.
She's like, he's my hero.
He's a police officer or whatever. He's a cop or something like that. It's just sad.
I'll be 100% honest with you. I didn't care about shit that was going on in California.
Me neither.
I didn't care
I'll be
about any of that
100%
stuff.
honest with you. I didn't care about Mike. Mike got on my nerves.
Yeah,
right.
same.
Right.
This is when I've been waiting to say this. This is when Mike hit the bottom of the bottom.
Oh, no.
They could have killed him off, and I wouldn't even cared.
I'm gonna be honest with you
yeah.
though. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care about Will's bullshit. I didn't care about Eleven's getting picked on. I mean, I know that's fucked
11
up,
has a
but
way cooler story a little bit later.
Yeah, I know,
in
but, like,
this season.
I didn't care about Jonathan and old
Yeah,
Buddy with the
Jonathan-
pizza plate.
Because
like,
you
You
just-
don't like Argyle?
I mean, he's cool, but he's
So
just,
don't
you know,
do the left-hand
he is
side.
that typical character.
Yeah, he adds in the little funny bits.
Yeah, I know, but it's you've seen it. We've
He's a
seen
ti-
it 1,000
he's like,
times.
He's like the
Erica
pop
isn't
man.
a typical character.
Sassy little girl.
Nah,
Hey, yeah,
she
exactly.
adds
Got
to
you.
it.
Got you. But
No,
she's
but-
likable, so.
Yeah.
Well,
I
she-
love
She's typical.
Argyle.
No,
Typical.
I don't
But she
not.
plays an important part. Argyle's
know.
just there. He just says shit, and you're like, why are you here?
Hey, he falls in love with Susie's sister.
That's true.
Which is going to be totally irrelevant.
yeah.
What if Susie's
is.
sister is
Jonathan
like?
needs somebody though because this
Yeah, but
poor little
Jonathan.
man.
What poor about
Fuck
Yeah, this
Jonathan.
man's just high all the time now.
Exactly. Like he is
He's got a hell of a
Yeah,
golf
but
swing.
he's bailing on Nancy.
because he has commitment issues and
Nah,
daddy
he's got
issues.
issues.
I don't have time
Period.
for that.
Yeah. I don't
Just
care about
go
this
back
man.
to Steve.
That's true. Steve is way cooler than
Right.
Jonathan, but Jonathan is a little satty, and he does not belong in California. Let's just be honest. That is not his place.
Yeah, it's bad because it got to a point where I only cared about like
Hopper.
Steve and Robin and Dustin and all them like over in Hawkins. I was like, everything else, and I like Hopper, and I thought that part, like the whole Russia part, was cool and stuff like that. I just felt like it was like drawn out a lot.
I do
But
feel
it
like
had
when
to-
you I don't know what other show this happened with, and I haven't watched it, but from what y'all are saying, whenever they like throw somebody over somewhere else other than the place you've been for 3 seasons,
right.
you don't really care about it.
Well,
It's
yeah.
hard to care about it unless you.
Well, I mean,
People
we're still
don't-
attached to the characters, but these
Right.
characters weren't doing shit. They were in a fucking van the whole time, just trying to
Yeah,
get somewhere.
And people don't like change.
That too.
It's just.
I feel like
it's
another.
change.
I don't know what other show did that where they jumped somewhere else and we're like, well, I really don't care.
The Walking Dead.
Obi-Wan. That's what did it.
We
The Walking
All
Dead.
I cared about what was going on with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. That's all I cared about the whole time.
Yeah.
But-
Hey, get us out of the way. Go back to the other fight.
No, but I mean, I get what you're saying, but you're right. It's like, and I'll keep using like Murray and Joyce and all of them. Like that stuff was cool, but it got to the point where it was like, all right, I'm kind of tired of seeing Russia.
Well, none
I'm tired
of
of
their
seeing the
stuff
camp
really
stuff.
stuff.
happened until the
You
end.
didn't feel that way?
No, I was really interested in that and what was going on in Russia. But it's because stuff was actually going on. It didn't bother me that we were in different places. It just bothered me that Will and Mike and them were doing absolutely nothing.
Well, in the beginning, they do have a little bit in California with like
Will was
11
crying.
getting bullied. Yeah,
With
I
that
did
long
earlier.
neck.
They did that boy wrong with that haircut.
Yeah,
did.
he's a
They were
grown
way
man
too
now.
old.
Didn't they like? He was like, "Don't do this," and they were like, "They did it to him
Yes.
anyways."
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes.
that bowl cut.
yeah.
I had a bowl cut. in the
This
90s,
was when like
How'd you like it?
Stranger Things.
when I was a kid, so
You like it?
I passed it.
How'd you
I was 4. I don't care what my hair looked like.
Well, this man was
Look at
not
Ari.
4.
She don't care.
This man was in
Um,
high school.
They went from being like little kids season 3 to like these are some 18-year-old adults because these
I mean,
kids
that's
got
just
so
gonna
much
happen.
stress on them. They just grew up. They couldn't. Their
Yeah,
brains
well.
couldn't handle it anymore, and just said, "Screw it. You're gonna be."
I think they're all be
tall
wilding because
15-year-old."
they're all famous now. I know the
Yeah.
11.
Did y'all see that?
I know
pic-
11
yes,
actress.
yes.
She be wilding
Millie
out.
Bobby Brown?
Yes.
Did y'all see that picture of it showed them while like at the premiere of them when they were kids, and then the way they were dressed at the season 4 premiere? It's a lot different, just
Completely
because they're getting
different.
older and stuff. But
I mean, you see the same things happen like with Harry Potter. Like the first movie, they were all like little bitty kids, and then by the last one, they were all grown adults
But it made sense though because it was over 7
did
7
grow.
years.
yeah,
It was
Yeah.
better
so
than-
that was
at a normal pace.
8 movies later.
Yeah.
Stranger Things did not grow at a normal pace. Also, Joyce moves all the way to California just to be a telemarketer.
She was trying to get us far away from Hawkins as possible.
I mean,
guess so.
I
Hawaii
probably
was
would
still
too.
An option.
It probably would have been the first season. I would have been like, "We're moving.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're out of here." That fucking monster that was running around. We ain't doing it. I'm moving.
Coming out of your
Even
walls
then,
and
if that
shit.
if that was over and they thought that the upside down Ussy was closed,
And then the dogs come.
and then no, season 2, your son gets possessed by the mind flayer. We are done. Nope, you're still there for season 3.
Yeah, no, we're gone.
we'll go kick
Nah.
that boy in the sun, in the California sun. That's why she did it. Where it's hot.
And he was still pasty. I'm sorry. That was rude.
We also get the cringy scene with 11 because she doesn't have her powers, and so she does like that weird kid in high school that's just like, "Gah."
Oh no.
We'll use the force on you.
She Naruto running.
But
Running.
She is that kid.
They-
No.
Nothing happens.
Nothing
The
happens.
old
That's
school
bad.
Caesar.
Oh
It's
man,
just
there's
like,
just thinking about it. Even I didn't even see it. That'd make me so fucking uncomfortable. I hate shit
Yeah.
like
She
that.
gets her revenge though.
She does.
Yeah.
She
I
hits her in the
figured, yeah.
face with a roller
Yeah,
skate.
she fucks
was
that girl
great.
up.
You always
Yeah.
gotta keep a magic trick in hand when you do that. You'd be like,
Throw a knife.
Yeah.
But
That still would have
Fuck,
been
throw the
lame.
fucking
oh,
knife.
just
They still would have laughed at you. They'd be like,
Yeah.
God, this kid's so
nerd.
fucking weird.
Just pulls out a gun.
So anyways, Mike is also planning on going over to California because his parents just said, "Yeah, sure, go on ahead, get on." a
because
plane."
Ted gives his kids the right amount of freedom because he's a good father.
That's how you really feel.
Yeah, we'll send you out there to, your girlfriend. And
It was the
good
80s.
luck.
Well, but it was also Will and his parents.
In the
Or
80s.
his mom.
That's true.
And they've been best friends
For
since
forever.
Yeah.
But he does get there, and Will's like, "You want to look at my painting?" And Mike's like, "No, I want to look at 11."
And then
And
it's
then-
just a butthole.
Well, she wants to seem cool. She's like, I'm besties with these really popular girls. And then they get to the roller skating rink, and they're not besties.
This is why I lost it, because I was like, I don't give a shit about this teeny bop bullshit. All right,
Yeah, but
that's
it's just
going on.
another one of those classic 80s tropes. And
Yeah.
it's not bad.
No,
And
I
then
mean,
she clocks the girl with
Yeah.
with the roller skate, or schmack, as or schlap, or whatever Argyle says. Slapped him with it. And I mean, that just kind of gave it some like comic relief afterwards, but it also got her arrested basically. And that's when the whole like doctors come in, and that Dr. Owens guy comes in and is like, the government wants to kill you, but I don't.
she
Even though
goes
she has no
bald again.
powers. Yeah, and so they take her downstairs, and then we find out who's alive. Papa.
You were just like Papa.
But also, while this is happening, the crew is at the house, and some like cops come in to make sure they don't leave. They're like on house arrest. But as they are trying to plan to get out with Argyle, the bad guys do come in, and they start shooting up the place.
Get them cops.
And Argyle comes just at the right time, and he is confused. He is like, "Wait, what's happening?" And so he adds the comic relief that we need in those scenes. That's how I feel about Argyle. I like his little pizza saying.
Clearly, Katie and Scott do not feel the same.
What I was
No,
about to
I don't-
ask.
They
I
do
don't-
not comic relief.
No, I
apparently.
mean,
They
I
like it.
don't mind
It
him.
wasn't funny.
Okay, I wasn't like that. I mean, I thought he was all right. It was just,
He's got the long hair. He has a little bit of diversity
What
to
is
the
his
group.
saying he says when he picks up
Well,
the phone?
he does say that that pineapple does belong on pizza, I think.
Yeah.
he's just that typical
My
stoner
man.
character.
Pineapple on pizza forever. Gang gang.
So he's pretty much Tyler.
Yes.
But
Just
a
if
stoner.
I was a
There we go.
pothead
Yeah.
with
Yes.
Makes sense.
and never mind.
Okay, that brings an interesting thing. If we were, so this is the last season we're talking about right now. If you were any Stranger Things character, who would you be?
Not who you would want to be,
Bob.
who you are.
Yeah.
Demi Gorgon.
Tyler would be Ted.
No, I did the
Oh my god.
when they did the Spotify thing and they made like whatever your music was, they made that was your character. I got the Demi Gorgon.
Oh, I didn't know they did that for Stranger Things.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was like season 2 or something like that. But it was like
Oh,
they
man.
took your music and put who you were, and I got Demi Gorgon.
Scott would
I was like-
probably be the same because y'all's music playlists are pretty similar.
I think it was all the alternative rock.
Yeah.
I still believe I'm Barb, but
Oh,
I sometimes
God.
feel like I'm a little bit of a Nancy.
I
I'm
mean-
sorry I'm boring you over there.
I sneezed.
Anyways, I also think I'm a Joyce sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that concerned mom.
Honestly, I think I'm a Joyce. I'm
Trevor's a
not gonna
Joyce.
lie. Yeah.
I think Scott could speak on me more objectively because I'd like to think that I was certain people, but that's probably just my own.
Who you
You're
think you
all-
are?
Don't fuck it
Hey,
up, Scott.
hey,
No,
Vic.
who do you think that I am more?
You better say the right thing, boy. You'll be in the doghouse.
The mind flayer.
No, if anything,
The
Sucks
final-
soul.
I will
Vecna.
say that I'd say that Katie is probably
Hopper.
no. I was gonna say Nancy, but I only say Nancy because you're gonna try and figure the shit out. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
that's
Like you're gonna
good.
try and.
And I
dive
always
into
have a
it.
plan.
Right.
I
and
have to
Katie,
have
Katie-
a plan.
Katie
Or I
ain't
feel
doing
like you
nothing
can be
without a
Max
plan.
too.
I feel like
Max
I'm a
is
mix
like-
between those two.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Alright.
Max is like, the angsty girl, but
Yeah, but you don't want to
she's
say that you're
smart.
Max because everybody's like, okay, whatever.
That'd be like if I said I was Eddie,
Right.
which I
Right.
know I'm a Joyce. I know it.
What is?
You'd be surprised. You kind of are an Eddie.
Yeah, you can be.
You'd have to see him.
I can see. I can
the-
see Trevor being some of
Yeah.
Eddie.
I feel like Trevor's a Dustin.
Who am I? Other
Dustin.
than Argyle.
Steve.
Dustin.
Steve.
I feel like you can be a Steve. No, you're Robin.
Robin.
You'd probably be a Dustin though, because
Yeah, maybe more of a Dustin.
The
I am
funny-
a lesbian trapped in a man's
I think
body.
Tyler would be more of a Dustin. But
Why,
only
'cause
because
I'm fat.
no,
and I think
Dustin's
Scott
not
would
even
be
fat.
Steve.
I only
No,
say that
Scott
because
would
you're
I
be
say that
Dustin.
because
No,
of the way
Scott would
he
be
is with
Steve.
Susie.
Scott
It
would
reminds
not
me
be
of how you
Steve.
are with Haley.
no. I only say that right. I only say that because
A
You are-
never-ending story.
Yeah, you're
we
Dustin,
could totally
bruh.
do that. I'm
Dustin
Susie.
is
Look, I'm
a comedic
Susie.
relief.
We're discovering ourselves.
no, but I say that Dustin only because you are the comedic relief in a lot of things, and you just fit into the group like that.
Scott's more of a Steve because he'd be the little protector of the group.
Yeah,
Like
I'm
he'd
an
be like,
asshole.
yeah.
Scott
I
is
could
not
see-
Steve.
Thank you.
I just feel like he would
Thank
be
you.
Steve.
You're
Scott
What
is
is he
not
then?
Steve.
He's
Don't
Jonathan.
give him that.
He has parts
why,
of Steve in
Why
him.
are you upset that they said you were Steve at first, and now that I'm Steve?
I
What
said
does it
Steve
matter?
because I wanted to be really nice to Tyler.
Because Steve is.
I think
We,
that Scott
none
is
of
a
us can be
Lucas.
Steve. We cannot.
Nobody can live up to Steve. Sorry.
Yes.
Even
I think you'd be Steve.
I think that
Thanks.
Scott is a Lucas.
I like that. Anyways, so Trevor's Joyce, Dustin, Susie, Max.
I
Lucas.
need an explanation
yeah.
on how I'm Lucas though.
You try to fit in
Because
too
when Lucas,
God damn. That's Scott does not do
because
that.
Lucas
Just
just
kidding.
loves Max, and Max is such a fucking bitch, and that's me and you. It's true.
That's
It's
weak.
a lot deeper than
That's
that.
weak.
much.
I mean, I like
It ain't
Lucas.
weak because I got to be Dustin because she's
What is
Susie.
nothing's wrong with Dustin though. Dustin is
There's nothing wrong with that.
I love
Yeah.
Dustin, but it's not who I want to be.
He's
that's
the
not
the
about
smartest,
reason
who
why.
you
It's
wanna
about who
be.
you
but he's
wanna
the
be.
smartest one out of the whole friend
True.
group.
And he's gonna figure it out.
True.
I
But
think
he
it's
needs
all
assistance
safe to
from
say
Susie.
that we're all just happy we're not
Mike.
Mike or Will.
Yeah, I don't see any of us being Mike or Will. Who's 11 out of the group?
Ollie.
Fair enough.
That's our cat.
Yeah,
by the
that's
way.
a cat.
She's more human than cat, and she's the weirdest cat I've ever seen.
We get like the flashbacks when she's at the little facility place. And
They did an amazing job finding a little kid that looked like her.
Yes,
that
they
was
did.
wild.
Because in fact, I thought that they took her and like CGI'd her and
I
like
did
made her
too.
smaller.
I think it's a little girl.
I thought it was a little boy. Oh no, it is a little girl, but it looks like a little boy.
Well, because
But
they've
it's
got her
the
head
shape
shaved.
her
I was gonna
head.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, the
Oh, I
head
know
shape.
that, but
Her
like,
name is Marty Mary Blair.
it's
That's
just like
pretty
Millie
cool.
Bobby Brown.
You're
It
right. Oh
really
my
is.
god, that's weird.
That was
Wait a minute.
very weird.
Did they create
The
this person to
it's a
laugh?
multiverse version of her.
Yeah.
So she has these little flashbacks, and she can see that she's massacred a bunch of people, is what we think at first, for sure. We think that she has murdered all these people in this facility. Oh, Max is having a hard time because Billy is dead.
Which is weird to me because they never got along,
No.
and
Still,
she
still,
hated
though.
him, or he hated her.
That's true. Like,
But they traveled together, didn't they? And they did everything
and they
together
both
up until
had
then.
trauma together.
Yeah, I mean that's like he was
What trauma
her-
did they have together?
Well, like she had troubles with one of her parents, and he had troubles with.
Oh
one of
yeah, I
his
forgot they're not
parents.
actually brother and sister.
Yeah.
It. Bruh.
I knew he had trauma,
Like-
but I didn't think she did.
It's one of the situations where, like, I saw a TikTok the other day where it's like when I was 16 and my sister was 7, and I was just like, "You're not cool. You can't hang out with me." But now I'm, 30, and she's, in
Did
her
they have,
teens.
like a
and-
moment at one point.
I mean, she's
And-
sad he
and I
dies at
want
the
to be
end.
cool.
I mean, even
Yeah.
if
But
you.
still, it's like I understand being sad and mourning a person, but this is like next level.
That's true. But
It doesn't
she
make any
also has
sense because their dynamic up until then.
Vecna speaking in her little ear and trying to make it worse. Than
Yeah,
That's
and
true.
she's also like hit puberty, so.
That too, hormones. We got to remember. Hormones get rampant. But
Hormones been rampant. All right.
she starts seeing some clocks too, which is not good.
Yeah, them ding dongs.
Um,
That's not, okay. That was right.
Ding
the
dong.
clock.
There's a
she
bunch of
starts
ding dongs
seeing ding
everywhere.
dongs. Also during this time, Joyce had received a Russian doll in the mail, which is interesting and sketchy. And so she ends up calling up Murray and is like, "What do I do with this thing?" And he's
I
like,
think it's like a bomb or something.
"Well, they
Murray
did think-
does.
yeah." And so she ends up busting it, and there's just a note inside that says, "This is Enzo. I know about Hopper. Basically, talk to
He's
Yuri."
alive.
Yeah,
I want to say this about Murray. Murray at first didn't really know much about him, because he just kind of slowly transitions into all of it. Ended up becoming one of my favorite
Yeah,
characters.
Murray's
Yeah.
a top tier.
Yeah.
He's like up
He's
there.
S tier.
Mm.
who's S tier to you? Just Steve?
Sure as
Steve.
hell ain't Dustin.
yeah. According to Tyler, fucking Dustin needs to be in the F.
Murray, I'd give him an A plus. S tier for me. Ted.
Fucking. I knew it.
I'd say Eddie, Steve.
He's like an E tier.
Oh,
bro.
absolutely
Dude, get the
not.
fuck out of here.
To be fair,
I
he's
just like to
kinda-
watch the
I mean,
world
he does a lot
burn.
more than Barb, but he does die pretty quickly. I mean, we don't get to know him that
Barb?
well.
He offered more to that show than Will has in 4 seasons.
I bet
Yes.
when the next season comes out, we'll be like, who's Eddie?
Will
No.
offered the plot.
No, we might not, depending on if they go through some crazy fan theories. And
Yeah,
stuff
I do
like
want
that.
to talk about that fan theory when we
Yeah.
get there.
Okay.
So hold on. Just if you take everything away from take Eddie, you take the
heroic
Everything about him?
stuff that he did.
all the stuff that happened in the show and stuff. He's just a drug dealer, super senior bum.
I mean, that's probably the dynamic of his character.
Your
It's supposed
S
to be like that.
character, and your S character is a basic
He's
ass
a shitty
dad.
husband.
Right.
He is not a bad husband. He's just
If he was a good husband,
Misunderstood.
his wife wouldn't have wanted to cheat on him.
That's true.
It's
No,
because he
because it
doesn't
was
like Dustin.
Billy.
That's why he loves Ted
Not,
so
not,
much.
because
it's
of
not always
Billy.
the case. What?
man. I feel like everybody just on my case this
I mean,
episode.
I'm not.
Nobody's on your
That's
case.
because nobody agrees with you.
But it's okay.
Yeah, I know that's a hot take for sure.
I'm just gonna sit over here and mind my own business.
Good. Okay, good.
Ted would do that.
Joyce, by the way, she just leaves the kids behind. She is
They're
like,
Classic fucking
kids.
Joyce. So worried about these damn kids, but she's never home.
Yeah,
Joyce.
Joyce. Joyce, like, look, we got
No,
bad
that's
people
not me.
after
I'll
us.
say that for sure.
We did move to California. All that bad stuff happened, but obviously something's probably gonna happen again. But I'll see y'all later. We going to Russia. Y'all hold the fort down.
She wants Hopper.
And she runs
so
like a
bad.
Hogwarts
Look,
character.
Yeah, but
here's
Right,
$20
she's putting a
for
man
a
before
pizza.
her kids.
you want to sit here and talk
I
about
know.
Joyce and how much she loves these kids. She needs to wrangle up her kids, all right? Wilding out, smoking all that dope. Will over here
Letting it
crying
happen.
about paintings.
Eleven's
and
beating
whatnot.
people with roller skates.
Yeah.
Right.
11
Meanwhile,
is
she's
committing
like,
battery.
"See y'all later."
And you know what? Joyce is always home. She's a telemarketer. The kids ain't home. Maybe the kids should be home, all right?
Joyce, F tier. Sorry, Trevor. F tier.
I mean, I put myself in the F tier. I'll be all right.
Hush.
Anyways, they come up to Yuri, and Yuri's like their guy that's gonna fly him over, and he is a butthole. He's the classic Russian character of this season, who is, how America likes to portray it. Every Russian is tricky and not helpful.
Hey, Yuri's got women,
Goddamn
and he knows
communist.
how to fly. That's all he cared about, all right?
He had lots of peanut butter. The crew.
No, it's
Oh.
Peter Pan.
What?
I don't
Jeff or
know.
Peter Pan?
I thought it was Jeff.
I think it's Jeff.
It's Jeff.
My name Jeff.
So the kids, after the whole Chrissy thing, Eddie leaves. He's like, "I'm out of here,"
Oh, bro, same.
and so he ends up going to hide at a boathouse. And so the kids go to Steve and Robin, and they're like, "We've got to find Eddie." And they look him up in the little movie thing, and they're like, "Wait a minute, he's at the boathouse."
There's also like a big old satanic panic going on right now.
That too.
And
That's
This season
important.
is so 80s.
yeah,
Like, every season is so 80s in a different way.
Yeah.
this one's like satanic panic, and then the whole captain of the basketball team just created a vigilante group looking after it, trying to find them to kill them.
Lucas is a part of for a hot minute, but he just gathers information from them to bring back to the crew.
Son of a bitch.
Who, Lucas?
Yeah, he's not
You?
really.
Okay, anyways, so they go to find Eddie, and they're like, hey, man, like, we're going to help you. We're going to figure this out. And so they end up going back to, Nancy goes to the trailer, and they interview, was it the uncle? They interview the uncle, and he's like, this is just like that time Victor Creel who was arrested. And so then they're like, who's Victor? And he's like, I don't really know, but he's at this.
We also skipped past the first victim, or the second victim. I think it's the second. Nancy's little helper.
Well,
Nobody cares.
it happens after she interviews them.
Nobody
Yeah.
cares about
Oh.
that dude. He's irrelevant.
It happens like
Whatever.
It's happening like during that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there has to be 4 victims. So it was Chrissy, that little dude. Then there's going to be one of the
Basketball players.
basketball players.
Yeah, out on the lake.
And then number 4 was
Snip,
Max.
snap.
oof. Imagine that. You just swimming, your feet can't touch the bottom, and then you just
And then all
float
of
in
a
the
sudden,
air.
you're just like,
Yeah. And then someone look. If I'm in the lake
It's like
and
snapping.
you float up in the air, and all your limbs break, and your eyes get sucked into the back of your head, and you fall back in the water, you floating down. I ain't dragging you. You dead. I am not dragging you back to shore.
what if it was Haley? And you
Yeah.
had to
You
have her body
dead.
back.
You staying at the bottom of that fucking lake. I'll tell you that right now. Because I ain't going down there either.
Yeah. Heck no. There's monsters down there.
Yeah, there's something going on with this lake.
I love
Damn
them
demons.
Yeah, there's upside down Lucy's down there. You might slip and fall into one.
Slip and fall into one.
That is a cool concept. The portals, though, the way it created like that.
Yeah,
People
creates
say
a-
that the Duffer Brothers stole that from Scooby Doo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because there's an episode where they're all on a boat and there's a gate under them in the water.
Oh, that's pretty cool. But just the scenes where
People
they go
say
through
that the
'em.
Duffer Brothers pretty much have taken everything that they've done from other source material, but that's
I mean, they're
that's
making
a separate argument.
They're
Who
making it work.
cares? It's its own
It's
story.
the 80s.
Not right now. Not when the show's coming out.
I mean, would you say it was like a call to it? Because isn't Scooby Doo the 80s or is it more 90s?
I do
It's
think
80s
they try
too.
to feed off of
well,
the
the Scooby Doo came out
nostalgia.
in like the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Ooh.
throughout.
It's just that people get so I don't care
Cultural
personally, but
appropriation.
it's people get so upset about it because it's like they nitpick every single thing and they say that everything in the show comes from something else and that nothing is their own original
Well,
idea.
you can say that. You can say that for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
I hate those people. Why can't you just sit down and watch the show?
Or enjoy it if
Yeah.
you want to enjoy it.
Because we're too
Gosh.
comfortable. Americans are too comfortable.
You
Yeah.
gotta,
We're
you gotta,
bored. We ain't got shit else to do.
yeah.
You gotta analyze everything for no reason. Just sit down, watch the show. Be a good.
You know how they
person.
spell analyze? It has the word anal in it.
You can't spell analyze without anal.
Which
Stop
is-
being anal.
There you go.
Word of the day: analyze.
Analyze.
Hey,
So this then comes to the story where it's like a bunch of things happen at once, where Nancy takes Robin to go see Victor Creel.
Cool as shit scene too.
Yeah.
Yes, and Max is
Oh well,
like,
and it's played
Victor
by Freddy
Creel, I was about to
Krueger.
say.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Freddy
and they stole
Krueger.
that from
Or England.
Um,
What's his name?
that one
Robert
dude.
Robert England.
They stole that whole scene from
that one
Shawshank's
thing.
Redemption.
Shawshank's Redemption.
Shawshank's Redemption.
No, I'm just kidding. What's the dude with the mask on?
Oh, Hannibal,
Hannibal?
from
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. They stole it from that.
It was kind of like
I'm just kidding.
Kind of.
it was
Clarice.
reminiscent of that scene.
Come here, Clarice. My name is not Clarice.
He just didn't have a mask. He just
It's Robin.
gouged his eyeballs out.
But while they're trying to do that, at the same time, Max is writing notes to everybody, and she's like, "I'm dying, and
Oh, God.
I love you." And so they go
Honestly,
out to Billy's
sad as
grave.
shit.
It is like if you were living like you were dying, would you
Living like that Larry.
would you be writing little notes to people?
Oh, I'd be.
No, I
I'd
just
be
let it be a
messed up.
surprise. And I'd let everybody find my body in the most weird situation. like wiping on the toilet.
You just stay there until you died.
Yeah.
We just sit there like, well, this is the way Tyler would want to be
I'm
found.
gonna hit 80 years old, and Haley's gonna be like, "All he did is just sit on the toilet, waiting to die."
And lo and behold,
So you're not Dustin,
I
you're
found him in the
Elvis.
bathroom.
We're putting
On
that
the
shit on your
toilet.
tombstone. Died on the toilet like the king.
Like the king. But also live like you're dying like Tim McGraw.
Larry.
I gave that one to you. and you can take
2.7
it
seconds.
on a bull name.
Let's not do that.
Trevor's like, nah.
I'm bull name Full Manchu.
Nancy and Robin devise a plan, and Nancy, I think, really just wants to see Robin in a dress. Let's just be honest. And they go up to the little people, and they're like, "We are writing a thesis for college, and we want to interview Victor.
And they're like,
Worked really hard."
no.
You know, and
basically.
I feel like Nancy's also trying to fill Robin out because Nancy still has a thing for Steve, and she thinks Robin and Steve are together, and
True,
they're
and
not.
this season, Nancy's trying to kind of get with Steve, which
Who
I
could blame her?
I do not agree with, by the way.
What?
Who could blame her?
Steve
Dude.
deserves
Oh
better
my
than
God.
Nancy.
Yes. 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 Steve. Yes.
All right, Oprah.
You win a car.
Steve.
You win a car. You win a
Bees!
Steve thought Nancy, like, he thought he wanted Nancy. No. He needs someone better.
car. He really wanted Robin, but that didn't
No,
work out
no,
well.
no,
He didn't
that was
really
just a
want
rebound.
Robin. Yeah.
He didn't want Robin.
Wow.
He thought she was, like, going to be easy or something like that, but then found out
He
That
that
is
No, he
not
didn't.
true.
They
He,
He
just-
needs Mike's mom.
He,
he does not.
he just
need
became
Mike's
friends
mom.
with her, and then he was like, "Oh, we're friends, so that must mean I like her." But
Yeah.
then she was like, "I don't
He's like,
really."
I love
know.
you. And she's like, I love you too, but
But
I
in
like
a
women.
platonic way.
You know what? I like Robin. I'm gonna put Robin as an
Yeah.
S tier.
yeah.
Robin's
Actually, I'll
totally
put her as
an
an
S
A.
tier
I'll put her as an A
Hey, put her
tier.
A. Hey.
in our metaphorical tier list that
I
we
think
have.
I think Nancy is worthy of Steve. She just had to go screw up. I mean, look
She's
at how
still
Steve.
screwing up.
Yeah, but look how Steve was in the beginning,
Right.
and now everybody
Nobody
loves
liked
him.
Steve in the first season.
But Nancy really
Yeah,
just
that's the
She's
first
worth
season.
a second
she
chance.
killed
Right.
Barb.
Nancy's been crappy
Ah,
for like
whatever.
all 4 seasons.
No, she's only been crappy because she's been with Jonathan.
Yeah, he's been holding her back, and she's sick of it.
Jonathan's a sack of potatoes, all right?
They're probably gonna end
bag
up
of
getting back
beans.
together.
Uh,
Let's just be honest.
Stupid.
Steve's got to go off to college to find him a good girl.
Nah, Nancy's
He needs to
good.
find
That
him
is
a good
not where he's
Christian
gonna
woman.
find him.
Good.
That is not the place.
Are you saying educated women are not good women?
You
to
saying
find?
you can't meet
Not
the
at
love of your
college.
life at school?
What? No. Just saying, not at college.
He doesn't need any other woman. He's already got Nancy.
who he's
In the
still
story.
hung up on, by the way, because he tells her the whole story about his future
Right.
Yes.
and how he has always seen it with her.
and how they made love in the first season.
Look, me growing up as a kid, I always thought I was going to be with Angelina Jolie, but
Look, I'm even
didn't
better.
work out. Yeah, see?
I think.
I'm hotter.
I married
have
up.
a better personality. Okay, I'm not hotter. I guess.
You are.
That's what I said.
Second person gonna be in the doghouse.
Angelina Jolie ain't got no boobies no more, so.
That's all you care about, Tyler?
Jeez.
Yikes.
When it comes to conversations, me and Tyler just really talk about boobies. I mean, Tyler's got some.
You putting the doghouse in that grave?
No, the couch.
I'll forgive you. It's okay.
It's all right. 3 of our couches have beds in them, so I ain't got to worry about it.
That's true. We have so many couch beds. But
That's all I said. Doghouse, here I come.
yeah.
Woo!
So they go talk to
Sleepover.
Victor, and
Xbox all night.
no.
That hole's
So-
just getting deeper and deeper.
Anyways,
I'm
let's keep
trying to go
moving
to
on.
China.
Haley's just gonna
I'm just
unplug the
trying to
internet.
save you. I'm trying to save you from.
Myself?
Yeah.
There's no saving me.
So, they end up talking to Victor. Victor is like really creepy looking, and he's like, "Well, you know,
I mean, this is Robert England.
I bought this
Old.
house. It's like every scary movie. I bought this house for a good price,
Hell yeah, it's Tyler. Tyler is Victor Krill.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
got this house
that's
for a
it.
steal, and then my demonic kid decided
Well,
to.
Oh,
he didn't
okay.
know it was his kid. He thought the house was just haunted, basically. And so, except for when that song came on. What song was it? It was a good song. It wasn't "Dream a Little Dream," was it?
I don't know.
It was a good song.
The
He's
song
looking
from
it up.
Shark Boy and Lava
Here.
Girl. Dream, 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 dream.
Addison, can you find that song for us?
Dream,
Thank you, sir.
dreams, dreams, dream,
The
dream,
song that Victor
dream.
Krill
Can
was
we all
listening
just
to.
give a moment of appreciation to our sexy producer?
Woo!
Trevor didn't clap. Kick him out. Addison, swap places. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Addison couldn't tell us about D&D like Trevor did.
Dream a little dream of me.
I was right. I love old songs. Anyways, so it was.
Oh yeah, you're sleeping on the couch tonight.
They find out that he doesn't get taken by, this upside down thing because he's listening to music. So just at the right same time, they finally get to their little walkie-talkies to tell them what's going on, and at the same time, Max she's going back. She's
Running up that road.
running up that hill, and so Kate Bush saved her. Let's
Hell
just
yeah.
be honest.
Bush saved her.
Kate Bush
Oh,
saved
no.
her.
That's like how she is. But her mouth's not open, I don't think.
So nothing like that.
Which this is happening at Billy's grave too. And when she goes down, she hits the ground pretty hard, and yet she feels fine afterwards.
Yeah, she's like 6 feet in the air.
She can
and
take
just
it.
drops.
If
But
anybody can take it, Max
She
can
needed
take
that
it.
Like
back pop.
that's like a broken ankle.
yeah, for sure.
At least
But
twisted.
you get that epic, like she's running towards the little hole, and she's trying to get out of the dream, and Vecna's trying to crash things into
You're throwing whole buildings at her, and
she's
Vecna
like,
looks creepy as fuck.
Oh,
I'll
they
say
did a
that
good
too.
job
They did a
with
good
Vecna.
job with
the
that.
makeup is amazing.
And what,
No,
it
He
took
looks like a hairless Grinch.
yeah,
You're right.
he does. I was about to say he's a little pot belly when he's standing
Yes.
what it take like 8-9 hours or something like that to do the makeup.
Probably.
there.
Well,
He does look good,
Jamie
though.
Campbell Bowers has been in like all the big movies. Like he was in Harry Potter. He was in Twilight. He was in Mortal Instruments.
See the guy who plays Vecna?
Yeah.
Isn't he like his actors in it, like in the Visions or something
Yeah.
like
No,
that?
Yeah,
he's
'cause
12 or whatever.
He's one.
Yeah.
11? Why did I say 12?
12.
12's the other one that failed.
Yeah.
No, he's one though.
12's the one that's sitting at home like, man, this sucks. My life sucks.
No, he's lucky because everyone else died.
I'm still
No,
curious.
12. Everything. He's that guy from the Skittles commercial. Everything he touches turns into Skittles. Man,
Oh, damn it.
It's Skittles. And one
He has
day
to
it
wear
turns-
gloves like Elsa.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mom, I love you.
So then they decide to go to the Victor Krill house because they've got to find out more, and they figure out that Vecna is connected to this house. But then they figure out also that the portal is in the lake, and so all of the big kids go boating out the lake, and Steve dives down, gets down there, goes through the.
Shirtless.
That's true. Goes through the upside down OC and gets attacked by bats very quickly.
Yeah. He gets pretty messed up.
Which the bats were a really cool concept to this one. I really like that. I like that more than the Dimmadogs.
Yeah, these are Demobats.
The Dimmabats
Yeah.
are cooler. And because hopefully the fan theory is that Eddie will come back as a vampire.
It's Dracula.
Eddie dies. Just go ahead and throw that out there.
He's dead. He's not
Well,
coming
he comes
back.
back as a particular vampire named Cass
Yes.
from D&D.
Well,
lore.
this is all fan theory. This didn't happen in season 4, but
Yeah, but Cass is like Vecna's right-hand man, and he ends
It
up
just makes
being
a lot of
Vecna's
sense.
downfall.
man, you know how crazy.
That makes sense. I remember Cass. There's a whole backstory in D&D with Cass. He was like a warrior knight.
He's
or
called
something like
Cass the
that.
Destroyer. He was a lieutenant in Vecna's
Yeah.
army.
Man, that if that
And
shit
he's the one who
happens-
cut off his hand, isn't he? I'm pretty
I'm
sure
not sure.
he cut off Vecna's hand. I think his left hand, because that's the whole thing with Vecna. and D&D.
Now that you say that, I think that's right.
And like, he's a big part of what. I think he's supposed to become a lich too at some point, though.
See,
Anyways,
but-
go on.
He becomes a
Which-
vampire.
The
This would
Duffer
be-
Brothers do follow D&D, but not to an exact either. So maybe he will, maybe he won't.
that would be
with
really
Vecna,
cool.
I
names-
think Vecna technically made Strahd too, or something like that. There's something to
Maybe.
do with Strahd and Vecna also.
But that would be pretty badass if they did this because like it's gonna like fuck people up because if they bring him back as like a bad guy, everyone's gonna feel some type of
But
way.
he's not necessarily a bad guy. He betrays Vecna and kills him.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, but maybe not starting off.
But they do name the characters what they name them for a reason. Like the Mind Flayer is just like the Mind Flayer in D&D with the hive mind stuff. So
Mhm.
that's why people are saying it could be a possibility. But I feel like it's less likely of a possibility because when they killed off Hopper, they still left you with something thinking he's alive. They
Right,
left you with
did not.
nothing for
They did
Eddie.
Not with Eddie.
yeah, but
But it did end kind of suddenly, like.
And you
it
never
was-
see a body or...
well, that was
Nah.
kind of the thing, and they left him in the upside
You talk
down.
about a sad scene when he dies and he's talking to Dustin, you know?
That's true. They had a really good relationship.
Yes.
Bro, that was sad.
It
And then-
wasn't Steve level necessarily,
No,
but it was good.
it was nice.
well that, and when they go to the uncle, too, and how sad it is with the uncle.
Yeah, I didn't care about that.
Wow.
The
I
one.
cried when Eddie was like, I did a good job, right? And you're like, oh, God, yes, you did. You're the best.
Yeah. The whole world still thinks you're a murderer, but you're right.
The ones that
Yeah.
care know. The ones that care know.
That's true.
Yeah, no, the whole world's like he's a murderer, and they're like, you don't think her death had to do with the like big X on Hawkins? Like,
You shouldn't live here. Just
Yeah.
don't live in Hawkins.
everybody just move,
But
move
this
to the
is-
place and leave.
This is finally where everything's starting to come together. Like the whole Russian thing's coming to an end. They rescue Hopper. They go
They-
hide. They try to figure out how to go back, but then they have to go back to the prison to help out the crew because the crew goes into the upside down. They figure out that time there is stuck at the very first day of season 1, and
When Will's taken,
yes, yeah,
because Nancy finds her diary
Hell
of her
yeah.
dreaming over Steve.
Because she's
And-
trying to look for a gun.
Yeah, her gun.
they end up finding that there's also a portal in Eddie's trailer.
Yeah, there's a portal wherever somebody dies
Yes,
from Vecna.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
just one in the middle of the road, and no one's just drove into it. It'd be.
It'd be like those old ladies. What was that?
Yeah. Why it got so dark all of a sudden?
Where are we? I'm trying
Oh.
to find the candle shop.
Is it
supplier.
snowing? Look at them birds.
Man, they really need to get out here and clean up these roads.
Yeah.
There's all these vines all on them.
Oh. I know we've talked about it in every other episode, but this is the season where the Upside Down Trailer Park is in Griffin, Georgia. They ain't have to do nothing
we're
to
so
it.
proud that our trailer parks made it in.
We are not from Griffin, though. We're
No,
just,
but
We're just repping
Close
Middle
enough.
Georgia.
Close
Griffin
by.
adjacent.
yeah.
That's when 11 figures out she needs to fight it too because she
Forgot
finds
about
out that
11.
one's a thing and he tricked her when she was a little girl and he was the one who made the massacre happen and she put him in the upside down. And
Honestly, she should have just went with it, and the two of them could have ran away together and been all powerful. But
it's
you know,
true. But we
Oh.
also find out that he was the little kid. He was Victor Krill's kid, and he was the one making the things happen, which is why Dr. Brenner ended up testing on these kids
See-
because they had special powers.
This is where Dr. Brenner just messed up. Look, you put the little pill in him so he can't, or the little thing in him so he can't use his powers, and then you off him, and then you just hire somebody to be your do boy. Like,
But he didn't need a do boy.
No, he didn't want to kill him, but he wanted to keep him close.
why?
what if
He's
he
like,
wanted to study him some more?
You got 10 other kids.
But they're all different in their own ways.
That
They've all
is
got
true.
different
Like,
powers.
yeah, but
powers
Brenner
and stuff.
knows how powerful this
Do
dude
they get
is.
into why these kids have the powers? Or
They're
no?
just born that way.
They're just
Yeah.
born that way.
Like,
Oh,
11 gets it
born
from her
that
mom.
way.
Her mom has powers.
But they
Had.
don't get into why all these people have
Had.
powers yet.
Well, they
Your
kind
mom
of go
died.
into like
No, but she a vegetable.
it's not necessarily that Vecna was born with it necessarily. I can't remember. Creel. What's his
He was
name?
born
He
this
liked
way.
little spiders and
Yeah,
he liked
he, like-
creepy things.
Yeah, he's a
And
little
he was like
weirdo.
neglected. He was always like the weirdo, so he found like solace with the spiders and stuff that understood him. And they almost make it seem like his powers escalated because of that situation.
Is he Vecna?
Yeah,
And that's one.
yeah.
Yeah.
one is
That's what I
Vecna.
thought.
So yes, so basically through Nancy,
And
'cause
he's the one
Vecna
who
gets
created
through
the Upside
Nancy,
Down,
you
or
figure
that's always
out.
been
Well,
there?
No.
11 creates the Upside Down because he kills everybody in the whole institute except for 11 and Papa, and she like sends him like just uses her force and basically creates
Well,
this like opening that he goes into, and
So it's always been there. She just
Right.
created
but
those.
he
just-
kind of like built it up once he was down there because
It's
all
just
these
another
creatures were down there.
dimension.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
she
he was
just
like
sends him-
falling for forever, and it was
Yeah.
just like storms. It was like just storms.
He
in the sky. and
materialized
you
it
were-
into something.
yeah.
Yeah, and
He-
then he started turning into like
and he like gained
Okay.
control over the creatures
Yeah.
that were
And he's
there.
been down there forever, and that's why he looks so fucked
Yeah,
up.
the Mind Flayer is not the bad guy. Vecna's the bad guy, and
He's
made
controlling the Mind
Flayer.
Flayer. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm just
The
kidding.
siblings, all the kids in Stranger Things, all got their powers as a result from the CIA project MK Ultra.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
so it
Better.
does connect back to MK.
Next,
Ultra.
all back to MK Ultra,
Injected the,
which is a real thing, everybody.
They injected the
It's
LSD
real.
into the mothers, and the kids were born.
Oh, that makes sense.
Um,
that's why they lobotomized her mom.
Lobotomized.
Say that word one more time.
You know, this is
Say
going to be the final season of Stranger Things. I feel like they might do something like this to go out with a bang. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna be like Stranger Things season 5, and you're gonna get 6 episodes in. They're gonna be like, all right, wait 6 more months for the next half of the season.
I don't know if they'll do that. I might. I don't know.
They
Seems
better
like an
not because
AMC
I
thing.
feel like we're gonna have to wait like another. It's like gonna be like another 2-year gap.
You think that they'll do that? Like,
I'm pretty
they'll-
sure they announced it. Yeah.
Well, then it's
hell, the kids are
it's
going to be
coming up.
grown.
Well, yeah, they'll probably put him in like like senior year. They probably will. That's probably the thing Will called, or wait, that was a spinoff that he was talking about. No, Mike, the actor
Yeah.
Mike.
What do you mean?
He called something, and the Duffer Brothers were like,
Shut up.
"How'd you know that?"
Oh, really?
Yeah. Didn't we talk about this, Scott?
We
yeah,
did.
We did.
I don't remember.
Makes sense. Makes
Oh.
sense.
He was over there zonk.
They kill Vecna. 11 ends up being able to go into Max's brain because they go to the pizza shop and they put her in that salt bath, and they fight that way. And so 11 ends up being able to kill Vecna.
Not
best as she-
before Max gets click clacked.
That's
Just
true.
a little bit.
But as that's happening,
I was so shook that happened because I was like, "There's no way," and then it happens, and I'm like, "They really did
They
it.
really
They
did.
really did it."
well, she didn't die. Everybody
Well,
thought
she
she died.
did die.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
and then
she's like,
11 brought her. No, she died.
yeah,
And then 11 brought her back to life. But,
but
now
she's
like
still,
in a coma.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's blind.
And after that happened, the town opened up,
A
and
big
that's
ol'
when
X is-
our little Jason guy gets swallowed by the by the Ussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the bigger
Serves him
Ussy.
right.
And so now all the characters are able to come back together and like reunite. And 11 gets to see Hopper again, which is a really good moment. And
Then it starts snowing ash.
yes, and that's when we realize season 5 is going to be a thing. They have one more season for us.
Upside down, seeping out. It's all just.
It's been seeping out.
No, like the whole town.
Yeah,
was,
I know. I know.
cracked
It's like
in half.
crazy this time.
No,
but
it's
it's
an
been
X.
seeping.
There's an X going straight on Hawkins. It's like X marks the spot. There's treasure there. That's what this is about.
It's a
about
treasure hunt.
I would,
Exploration unknown. That guy from the Travel Channel. Send him there.
I would not dig where the center of that X is.
One guy walks out there with his excavator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this treasure. Ah!
You think season 5 is gonna kill 11? She's gonna do one final hoorah.
Maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
They've already tried to kill off 11.
No.
No, I
but
mean it's gonna be one last
don't
like this
know.
is the only way to do it, and she's gonna be
Either-
like,
I
and
think
it's
they're
gonna
gonna
go
kill
off.
her off, or she's gonna like do something so big she's just gonna lose her powers forever, and she just becomes a normal human.
I think
Vecna's
season
not
5,
gonna win.
No.
Like either if she dies, they die together.
Yeah.
I don't
what I
think
mean.
that
It's like a
Vecna will
Harry
I
win.
mean, she's
Voldemort
gonna
thing.
save everybody. It's gonna be
Yeah.
like, but it's gonna sacrifice herself.
I think multiple people are gonna die.
Maybe will
In
have
5.
Hey,
powers
everyone dies.
in
It's
this
just a
next
matter
one.
of time before it's your time.
And everybody thinks another fan theory is that he's gay. They think that he loves Mike.
Which I think he kind of has confirmed. Noah Schnapp has
Which
confirmed.
Noah Schnapp just came out this
I was
year,
about to say,
too.
Noah
So
Schnapp
maybe he just
confirmed
really
that he's gay.
wants him to be
No,
gay.
because even before he came out, I've seen interviews where he's like made like the joke that like that's where it's like legit headed.
Okay.
So I think it is for real.
I mean, I don't know. I guess you could have just taken it as he was upset with his friend because his friend was giving more attention to his
To a
girlfriend
girl
than,
than to
than
him.
But,
No, he was trying to confess some feelings. If you could tell.
oh yeah, I know, but
You don't
nothing's
sit there
confirmed.
and cry in the back of a pizza van that hard because your friend hanging out with his girlfriend too much.
And he's also not as upset about Lucas and Dustin and all of his other friends. It's just Mike.
Just Mike.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
But why? He looks like Michael Jackson.
Don't be doing my man dirty like that.
Mike is bottom of the totem pole. I can
Yeah,
do him like
the
any-
character is not great, but the actor is good.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. Hard.
Yeah.
Wolfhard.
He sings. He's in a band.
Yeah, he's
and
pretty
he was
cool.
in the It movies.
His
And he
name's
was
Finn.
great.
Yeah.
You love the name Finn.
It has no relation.
Oh my gosh. But we're not naming any children Ted.
Jesus.
She thinks. You're like, doctor, give me that paper.
That's what I was about to say.
Ted.
He's gonna fill out the birth certificate while you're like conked out.
That was a hell of a joke. It was a hell of a prank. Guess what, honey? His name is Ted.
What's
I
his
hope it's
What?
Theodore
Yeah.
or Teddy.
What's his middle name? Ted.
Ted Martin.
Ted Martin. Oh,
Oh, my.
while you were asleep, I changed our names, our last names. We're the Ted family now.
Ted.
Ted.
Anyways, that's the end of this episode of Stuck in a Sidequest podcast. If you don't mind, subscribe, like, leave us a comment. Let us know how you feel about Stranger Things Season 4. That's it for the Stranger Things seasons. And if you want us to keep talking about it, let us know. That's all we've got for this side quest.